The number you have dialed has been changed.
How fickle my heart and how oozy my eyes. I struggle to find any truth in your lies. And now my heart stumbles on things unknown. When weakness I feel must finally show. Lend me your eyes, I can change what you see. But your soul you must keep totally free.
The higher self has many names in many different cultures. It is, in a nutshell, the concept that it is some sort of lifeline to creation, to the creator, to our creator, whatever term you would like to deem as such. But the basic premise is that it is an eternal, omniscient, intelligent being that is lurking somewhere outside of ourselves, but is yet still connected to ourselves, and that we need to find it if we are to be deemed spiritually enlightened beings. We search high and low, and we can find no answers other than we have a disconnected connection that we are supposed to reconnect, which sounds suspiciously like a big pile of horse apples. Why? Because it is. You cannot be separate from creation. Your physical vessel is made from the materials of all creation. Therefore, you are creation. So why do we feel disconnected then? Why don't we feel like we are one with all of creation? You feel this way because you were told that you were this way. We were taught that we were something different before we ever had a choice to understand what the concept even meant. We were given an identity related to this creation when we were given a name. And when, by the age of probably roughly 2 years old, we began to identify ourselves as that name, we began building the construction that separated us from creation itself. The construction that culture needed to use for us to be able to identify as a separate being and function in the world. Was this a crime? Is this nefarious? Who knows? That's another conversation. The reality is that here we are, having identified with a separate state of mind, attempting to try to conceive of the thing that we are, which cannot be done with a thinking mind, because a thinking mind is a false construct. Until you own it and determine that each thought is of your own true nature, reflecting your own authentic self, no labels from the culture, your heart, your resonance. Until you step up and become responsible for your thought constructions, basically your mind cannot be trusted to help you determine what the truth is. It can't be trusted because without your awareness, it's running on autopilot. An autopilot that was installed as a cultural programming system when we were little children, before we had the cognitive consciousness to be able to choose whether or not we agreed with the program. So that's the bad news. That's the bad part of it, is that we're dealing with a mind that has separated us from creation itself. The good news is that state is completely reversible, that your mind is your own, and no one at all can tell you what to do with it. There was no one in your mind other than you that can do anything about the thoughts, the programming, and the decisions, actions, words, and state of being that you are in. If you want to change your state of being, change your state of mind, change your point of view. It's all up to you, it's your choice. Turn your awareness to your thoughts and begin questioning every narrative that comes through your mind. See your thought as something that is separate from you and ask yourself the question, do I agree? Are your thoughts coming from your heart or are they coming from your head? And regardless of which place they're coming from, do you agree with them, or is this something that the cultural construction may have created that you just agreed with or didn't agree with, but now follow along? You never made a choice. You're on autopilot. And what is the point? What is the outcome of all of this work that you do with your mind? It is to make it still. Because when you're not banging on about something in your thinking mind, and it gets still and quiet, you just are. You just become existence, just like everything else around you. That is who you are. That is what you are. It's what we're made of. It is the realm of the mythical higher self. It is creation unfolding in every moment. We exist in these two parallel realities that aren't really parallel at all. If you have a physical vessel, you're forced to exist within creation. You're already there. There's nowhere else to go. The only place that you went, that I went, that we go, is in our mind. There is a thing that is something other here, and it is your thinking mind. It's the construct, the culture created for you to function. Get to know yours. Creation is everywhere all the time. The Creator is everything and all around us, and it's just waiting on you to get a clue. Do the work. It's worth the effort.